Alright everybody, here's your syllabus video. We're going to talk real quickly. I'm not going to go into depth on everything that's in here, but just some important talking points that you might want to think about before you take your syllabus quiz. This is Dr. Webster. Information's here at the top of your syllabus. My office hours will be Mondays and Wednesdays 2 to 4:30. And I'll be checking email. I'll be online. You can contact me through email if you'd like to set up a Skype or a Zoom meeting, or if you'd like for me to look at something in D2L, that kind of thing. So this is my office information and fax number, but of course we're not currently in the office right now, so I'm working remotely from my home. So email is of course the best way to get a hold of me. All right, so go ahead and get your book. It's the Fostering Algebraic Thinking book. It's relatively cheap. It's relatively small. Hopefully it won't be too bad. I'm going to let you read through most of this stuff, but I will point out that you're going to need a set of algebra tiles. You can either buy from ETA. They're $2.25 a set, and these are small student sets. So if you're going to buy from ETA, I highly recommend buying 2 sets, because we'll be doing numbers up to about 30, and 1 set won't let you do that. They're designed for in the classroom. Each student has their own set, and then they can work together to make bigger problems if they need to. So you'll be working some bigger problems, so you'll need 2 of those sets. If you're doing them by hand, making them yourself, just make sure that you know you need to be able to distinguish positives from negatives. And on the store-bought ones, negative is always red. So if you have some construction paper or typing paper that is red, the other color is normally green, but sometimes blue, sometimes yellow. So that doesn't really matter. What's important is that the negatives are red. So you'll need those, and I'll upload a template soon so that you can do those. You're going to need those during week 2, at the end of week 2. All right. Other stuff, try to use a pen on exams. I don't normally say that, but because we're online, sometimes it's hard to read once you've scanned and uploaded if it's in pencil, so try for pen. And then try to be really careful if you have to make mistakes, if you have to correct mistakes. It can get ugly. You'll want a calculator for this. This is algebraic reasoning for middle school math majors, and also high school math majors sometimes take this course as an elective and so on. And so you're going to want to have a calculator as we do some of these problems. Let's see, I'm going to be doing demonstrations and things like that in the videos. You'll want to be able to follow along. You'll want to watch the videos and take notes, I think. That's what most people do. So just be aware of that. And each class period in the summertime is equivalency to about a week in a regular semester and a long semester. So don't get behind. There are lots of things that are going to be assigned each day. You'll want to watch all the videos, read all of the daily modules that have content in them, and go through like that. So just be aware. The content page in D2L is where you'll find everything for every day. Either that or under activities is where things are normally located. Here are your percentages for your grades. Daily work is 15%. Projects and reflections are 20%. Tests are 40%. There are 3 of those exams. And then the comprehensive final is 25%. However, it's optional for the summer because we're all online. So how that works out, you'll have homework and projects assigned on day 1. So go ahead and get started on stuff. Normally, not always, but normally things that are assigned on Monday or Tuesday of a week will be due on the Thursday of that week. So that gives you a little bit of time to get things turned in. If we do it on Wednesday or Thursday of a week, it'll be due on Sunday. So again, that gives you a few days to get stuff together. So the way this will work is there are 2 tests that are going to be done proctored online, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. And the 3rd exam is going to be a video demonstration that you do for me. So you'll be working with algebra blocks or algebra tiles to show me that you understand the manipulative and how to teach things to children. The comprehensive final can be used to replace either exam 1 or exam 2 if you want to. You cannot replace exam 3 because exam 3 is a demonstration video, so the final won't do that. Or if you think, hey, after exam 3, I'm going into the final and I've got an A or a B or whatever, and I'm happy with my grade, and you don't want to take the final exam, you don't want to have to study all the material all over again, then what I'll do is I'll just basically cut out that 25% of your grade, and I will average your entire grade based off of 75%. So it'll be like, oh, I have 70 points out of 75. And D2L will show you that. They'll show you that percentage going into the final. And so if you're happy with that grade, you don't have to take the final. However, if you missed exam 1 or 2, or you just didn't do well on them, or maybe you just want the experience of taking the comprehensive final, then you will want to take that final. So we'll talk about that more during week 4 and 5. Okay, so daily work, you're going to have stuff every day, so don't get behind. It's very, very fast-paced in the summer, as I mentioned, and every day is about a week's worth of material, so if you get behind, it really will pile up on you. As you submit things, you're going to want to name them, like Math372 locker problem in your name. That's an example of that first assignment that you're going to have. You will need to scan things into D2L. They need to be as a .pdf, and there's more in your syllabus about that, and there's more in the syllabus quiz about that. What I'm not willing to accept is you just took a picture off your phone and just threw a JPEG on, especially if your JPEG shows like you're like this, and there's pins behind it, and maybe, I don't know, your mouse is in there, and so I can see, okay, they took a picture of their paper, but I can also see all this other stuff behind it. So anytime you scan, you can use scan apps, which are basically taking pictures, but then the scan app will turn it into a .pdf for you, and then you will load it as a single file for each homework. There's something called batch. There's a video for you on that, so use the batch setting, only turn in a single PDF, and then make sure that the picture or the scan is clean. So if you have a printer that scans that's perfect, just use that, save it as a PDF. What I mean by clean is I don't want heavy shadows. If you had your phone up above and you see a shadow, or I can see the edges of it in the picture, or maybe my hand's in there, or your foot's in there, I don't know. So I don't want those kinds of things. Make sure it's a clean piece of paper. It looks like a piece of paper, and it's not too dark. I don't have shadows. I don't have dark edges, things like that. So there is an assignment on day 1 for you to work with either a scanner or a cam scanner app, something like that, to get me more than one page uploaded as a PDF to make sure that you can do it without making dark edges and stuff like that. So I'll look at that and make sure you're good to go. But that's how you're going to turn in all of your stuff as we go through the semester. So be aware of that. Okay. For your tests, we're looking at the week of June 11th, which is not very far away, and the week of June 20th, but that starts at the end of the week. So June 11th is also just Thursday and Friday, but June 20th is Thursday and Friday, but some of that material goes all the way, I think, into Wednesday or Thursday, so that's why I've gone ahead and given you through Monday that week, just in case you need a little extra study time. All right, and exam 3, it says in there, is has to be completed before the final, which is July 1st. Yeah, your final will be July 1st and 2nd. So, plan to be around for that. Okay, I already mentioned replacing the lowest final. You can look at that. I already mentioned the optional final. You can look more into that detail if you're not sure, or ask me questions. Here's where I want to get to, the procedures for online proctored exams. For exam 1 and exam 2, you're going to have to do this, and it's going to go by so quickly. You're going to have to do this quickly. So anyway, there will be a form. I'll give you more information about that later. You will have to sign up for a testing time. So there's information in here about how this is working through our academic testing center this semester. A couple of things. This is a free service, so you're not going to have to pay for this proctoring. You will do this from home or wherever you're using your Wi-Fi, but you need to have stable Wi-Fi for a 2-hour block. So you're testing, and you need to be visible to the proctor during that 2-hour block of time. which means you have to have either a webcam, or you can use the camera on your phone or on your tablet, but you have to have some kind of a way to video yourself so that the proctors can check on you. You're going to have your photo ID whenever you do this. So you'll hold your photo ID up to the camera and you'll smile and make sure you look the same, and the proctor will check you off and make sure that you are who you say you are according to your photo ID and according to who is signed up to take the exam. So you'll sign up for the time slot. It'll be on the even hours. So for instance, the hours, I've got them back here, will be Mondays 10 to 8. So for instance, on Mondays, you'll have time slots available 10, noon, 2, 4, 6, because they close at 8. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, the hours are 10 to 6. So there will be hours at 10, noon, 2, and 4. And on Fridays, 10 to 2, so there's only hours available at 10 and noon. So those are the testing times that will be available. There are limited slots because a proctor can only watch so many people at a time. I think it's 10 per time slot. So don't wait till the end to sign up. I'll get you information on that ASAP. And you'll want to give yourself that entire 2-hour block when nobody's going to be bugging you. And what I mean by that is you won't have dogs walking in, or children, or whatever, something that's going to distract you from taking your test and not allow you to focus on what you need to do. They will be a mixture for me of problems in D2L and paper and pencil test, and you'll get more details about that later. If you have a printer so that you can print your test, that's probably the best option, so that you just print it and go, and you can just write on it like you were in class with me. However, if you don't have a printer, that is okay. You'll be able to just use your own paper and just work problems in order and keep it nice and neat and that kind of thing, so that you can work through it. If you need more information, take a look at this, go through, and if you have questions, let me know. We're trying this out this summer because it's the first time we've done it like this online, clearly. So as we go through the process, we'll see how everything works out. All right, technology requirements: a calculator, internet access, a webcam, or some kind of built-in camera in your laptop or tablet or phone so that you can take those tests I just mentioned. You're going to need some kind of word processor. You have to have email. A video camera of some kind is required, and that is because your third exam is, as I mentioned, a video demonstration. So you have to be able to tape yourself. You could do this in several different ways: Zoom or Loom, or just using your I've seen people use their tablet and stack it on top of a lot of books and just have the camera hanging out over where they're doing. Basically, you'll need to record your hands. So start thinking about a tripod system or something for your cell phone, whatever you need, but you'll be able to record your hands. I don't have to see your face, but I need to see your manipulatives that you're working on. So you will need to be able to do that, so make sure that you start thinking that process through. It's not until the end of the semester. You'll get this around week 4, and it'll be due in week 5, but still, you need to think out ahead of time. Okay, scanner, either a scanner or some kind of free cam scan. The cam scanner app is free if you use the basic. They'll try to get you to give them money, but because you can only do so many scans per day or something like that, but you should be fine with just the basic without having to pay for it. Okay, and if you have it, a printer would be good for some of the activities you're going to have to print, or you might want to print and then work them out rather than putting them on your own sheet of paper. It will be helpful, so just think about that. All right, everything's in D2L or through email, so make sure you have access to those and you know how to troubleshoot it, and you can get support through MyLeo if you need it. The Math Skills Center will be available online, but they really don't help with this class very much. I'm sorry. Probably the best source of resource is probably me. There are other services too. I've got them listed there, but probably talking to me in a Skype meeting or a Zoom meeting or something like that might be the easiest way for you to get your questions answered. There is going to be, or there's already available in D2L, a student lounge. under activities and discussions. So if you guys have questions and want to talk amongst yourselves, you are welcome to say, hey, I'm working on such and such homework. Can somebody tell me what I need to do if you run into a problem? You're welcome to do that. All right. Please, please, please be polite and respectful to each other. Remember, we all have some form of wanting to be a teacher, and so we need to be professional and just be appropriate in your language. Everything in this class needs to be PG, or at worst case PG-13, and keep it nice, keep it friendly. Okay. Yeah, so no academic dishonesty. Of course, you can be kicked out of the teacher ed program. You can lose credit for an assignment or completely fail out of this class. So read through and make sure you know what academic dishonesty entails, so that I know that you're good with that. There's some stuff on the syllabus quiz about that, so just be careful. All right, if you have a disability, you need to make sure that you have registered with the disability services. If you want to have accommodations on exams and things like that, you'll need to release that information to me, and you'll have to sign up with them to take tests, even though you're taking your tests proctored online through D2L, excuse me. So just make sure you handle your business there. Of course, we're not going to discriminate against anybody in this course, and this doesn't really matter right now because we're not on campus, but if you are and you have a CHL license and a license to carry, then you are legal as long as it doesn't say don't carry here. Okay. All right, here's our course outline, basic topics. You've already gotten stuff put in. My big thing about this is just remember this is a 16-week course that is packed into 5 weeks. So it will go super, super fast. As you can tell, we're taking a test during week 2. And we're starting a test at the end of week 3. And your video exam is due at, let's see, the end of week 4, it looks like. Yep, the end of week 4. And then your final is the end of week 5. So there's lots of stuff going on in there. There's lots of videos to watch for content, and there will be a ton of daily work that's not necessarily difficult, but you just have to do participation grade for the day and homework for the day, stuff like that. So it is 16 weeks worth of material. Every day in this class is almost equivalent to 1 week in a regular semester. As you'll notice, we only have technically 19 days because I let you have 2 days for the final exam. Okay? So, all right, that's it. I'm looking forward to a productive semester with you. I hope everything's great. If you have any questions, let me know, and good luck this semester. I hope to hear from all of you soon. Turning in homework and all that. All right, bye-bye.